Hello, this is Jim Franchini, the Superintendent of Schools for the Averill Park Central School District. On Monday, February 10th, 2020, the Board of Education had a presentation on the capital project to update the entire board on the work that has been done. This is the slide deck from that presentation that we wanted to share with everyone. The agenda for the evening's presentation focused on the history, design, cost, and schedule of the project, as well as some time for the board to discuss. As you can see from the project history, the last project for the district was in May of 2013. This $12.9 million project took place from June of 2013 through December of 2016. In September of 2016, we began the preparation for the next referendum. The first step in that was a long-range planning committee, which met for about a year and had members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, staff, and community members on the committee. This committee presented to the Board of Education in December of 2018. There was then work done from January of 2019 through February of 2020 as options were prepared, costing was looked at, and general preparation was done. The plan is to have a referendum vote in May of 2020 on May 19th, the same date as the general budget vote. When we look at the project design, you'll see there were three main components of this project. The first component was safety. When looking at safety, we're talking about securing the vestibules in all of our buildings. This includes the 5 buildings which we currently have students in, as well as the George Washington School. We're looking to enhance and improve the intruder hardware that we have in our classrooms. And finally, under safety, we're looking to improve the high school construction technology lab. Namely, we want to expand this room to make sure it is safer for students, as this class is well subscribed and has many students and many machines in there. In addition, we'll be looking at the items that were on the building condition survey, which is our survey that is mandated every 5 years by the state of New York to be completed by the architects. These items include such things as roofs, boilers, water pumps, etc. And then finally, we have a few areas that we want to focus in terms of educational improvements. Namely, we want to eliminate the trailer at Post Nikhil Elementary and repurpose current space to create a guidance suite that will have space for the guidance counselor, school psychologist, a mini conference room that can be accessed by the principal's office as well as the guidance suite. The Miller Hill cafeteria, where we're looking to expand it and improve the lighting and acoustics. And then finally, the Algonquin PAFA wing, which will be remade into a college and career readiness center in an effort to address student needs and to modernize our facility. In terms of the security vestibules, all teachers and visitors will now be directed to a single visible entrance. We want to have one consistent point of entry in all of our buildings so that all of our staff, students, and visitors get used to one process to check into our buildings, and we want that process to be as safe as possible. This will include transaction windows to screen every visitor and card readers for faculty and staff for easy entry. Intruder hardware is really enhancing the lockdown capabilities we have at each classroom. Safety is our first and utmost priority, and we want to make sure we are consistently and constantly upgrading the hardware that we have in our buildings. And then finally, the high school construction technology lab will be expanded. There's a space there already that will be expanding and providing, it'll enable us to provide adequate space to safely move around the equipment for the students that are in that room on a consistent basis. We'll now look at the drawings for the vestibules in all of the buildings. The drawings are very similar, as we're looking for consistency for all of our visitors when they enter all of our buildings. You'll notice a card reader, again for faculty and staff, and a new transaction window for people to go through. This is the vestibule for Algonquin. the proposed vestibule for George Washington. The district still owns the George Washington School and wants to make sure we're keeping that building up to code and up to par with safety. You'll notice the orange area, which is a small addition. This addition is required in order to provide for that secure vestibule area. It is the only one of the secure vestibules that require an addition. This is the secure vestibule at Miller Hill, Sand Lake, and the secure vestibule at Post and Kill. Finally, the secure vestibule at West Sand Lake Elementary. The current Averill Park High School Construction Technology Lab is overcrowded on the inside, and the space on the outside is not well utilized. As a result, the project calls for enhancements and improvements to this area, including an expansion. Here is the proposed drawing for the Construction Technology Lab at the Averill Park High School. The area on the left in darker orange would be an addition. The area on the right, the lighter orange, is current space. As part of the expansion, not only will you have more room, which will make it safer for our students as they use the machines in this room, we're also going to add an overhead door, incorporate movable tables, which will allow for more collaborative learning, and in general create a better learning environment and a safer space for this area, which has classes in it that are extremely well subscribed by our student body. As mentioned, the building condition survey is required every 5 years. These are some of the critical building maintenance items that will be addressed in this referendum. The list you see in front of you is not comprehensive. There will be other things that are certainly included in this. It's important to note that the LED lighting upgrades that are proposed will provide future cost savings to the district. These are some pictures of some of the areas that are going to be covered in the referendum that are part of the building condition survey. In terms of educational improvements, at Post and Kill, we're going to add a guidance suite. This guidance suite will enable us to eliminate the old classroom trailer. The guidance suite will include a faculty room and a conference room. It'll be in the existing building. At Miller Hill, we'll expand the existing cafeteria to allow for more students and also improve the acoustics and the natural light. At Algonquin, the 1967 PAFA wing will be renovated to support modern career pathways, including technology, robotics, art, and family consumer sciences. This picture here is of the trailer at Post and Kill. And here is the new proposal for what the space inside the building will look like. Our architect has identified 2 underutilized full-size classrooms in the building. Those rooms will be repurposed to provide a waiting room, spaces for counselors and the school psychologist, maintain a faculty room that is appropriate size, and add a copy room that is separate, as well as a conference room that is accessible from both the new guidance suite as well as from the main office. The Miller Hill cafeteria is currently overcrowded. There's limited natural light coming in, and the acoustics are not very good in that room. This renovation will allow us to expand, improve the natural light, and the acoustics. As you can see in the picture in the bottom left where the canopy is, and then if you look at the proposed drawing on the right, the dark green is the addition that will be added where that canopy currently stands. This will expand the cafeteria from approximately 130 to 170 seats, and again add improved acoustics and natural light. Here are some pictures of the PAFA wing at Algonquin. You'll see the fax room in the top left, the art room in the bottom left, and the shop classrooms on the right. Here is a drawing of what the proposal looks like if the work in the referendum is done at Algonquin. Included in that drawing, in the green, is collaborative learning spaces. This will provide more space for collaborative work. We'll be moving the robotics area into this wing, where it more naturally fits, and adding and upgrading outdoor working space for the art rooms and the technology rooms. This slide details the project cost estimate for the referendum. As you can see, the amount of the referendum will be $38.8 million. We'll receive aid from New York State of approximately 74%. The remaining 26% of local share will result in a tax rate increase of 2.38%. To give homeowners a realistic example of what that will mean to them, we provided this example to the board. The estimated average tax increase for homeowners who have a home valued at $100,000 beginning in 2023 will be $48. You can arrive at the rate for your particular house by taking the assessed value of your home, dividing by 1,000, and then multiplying by 0.48. That'll be the total tax increase that you will see as a result of this referendum if it is passed. The amount will be phased in over 3 years. So the total amount will be phased in over that time, beginning in 2023. In terms of the next step, on February 24th, the board will have a resolution to set the vote date. Public communication will continue in March, April, and May, and the referendum vote will be on May 19th, which is the date of the general budget vote. We have time built in for design and the approval of the State Education Department, and you can see construction and closeout will really begin in June of 2021 and ending approximately in February of 2026. There was a board discussion, and the presentation was concluded. We thank you for listening to this, and we hope you will stay tuned as we provide more details as the project continues.